All right, everybody, settle down. And welcome back to Second Shout Studios. I am Alice Rose. I will be your game master tonight. Thank you so much to my lovely cast for joining me because we are returning to the world of Deeplight. This is a fun little world that is under the sea. So far under the sea, in fact, they don't know there is an under to be. And we are in this cute little farming town that fantastic. I just got the notification. Yay. We are in this fun little farming town that we were in last time, where you all uncovered this dark mariner that was stealing people from a farm in this quiet little farming town. Some of you have a connection to the town, and some of you were just kind of passing through and saw a job board. This time, specifically, those of you returning got a letter. And we'll take this moment to introduce our returning cast. First of all, Mairead. Mairead, do you want to give us a little something about you and who you are?
Yeah, Mairead is a little bit mysterious still. We're not sure 100% what her deal is, other than that she is both very elegant and very rough and tumble, is willing to defend her people, and if you are one of her people, you are definitively safe. And she's got a little bit of a two-faced thing going on.
Hell yes. Thank you very much, Mairead. Our next, Gibbons. Gibbons, do you wanna give us a little something about for the people if they're joining us for the first time? What's going on with Gibbons?
Yes, Gibbons the light bearer. He is a pufferfish that thinks he's an anglerfish, a paladin that worships the holy light of Eska, and has a wonderful companion always with him.
It's fine, bro. Don't worry. They won't figure it out.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And our third returning companion, Tusaami.
Hello, I am Tusaami Nishi. I am a koi fish, and I am on my own special journey. That is where we'll leave that.
Fantastic. Lovely, nice and vague. So the three of you get a letter. You know, each slightly different. They very much did not use a form or any kind. No professional oversight. This was a hastily written letter from Rick, who you may remember as the guild leader of the farmers who hired you for your last mission. But this is a very different tone to the letter. This was very specifically targeted to you three, in an essentially telling you, get your ass back here. But there's fear. Not only was Rick kind of a proud guy, he was also a little scared. And that's unsettling because that was not the Rick that you knew beforehand. The other two, I will let them introduce themselves. Hello. Who's this fun friend? Tell me about him.
Hello. You would see if you can imagine sort of if a lemon shark was a person, but with a little bit more pizzazz. He is an ill rigger, which is a new third-party class from MCDM, which is kind of like a paladin and a warlock. Had a little baby, and this one uses blood magic, yeah, that's Lacan. I'm sure you'll find out more about his personality in a little bit.
Can't wait to hear more. And you, tell me about you.
Yes, you see Humboldt, a squid man, trudging out of a small hovel, coming out with a book that he keeps quite close in tow. His arms ready around him, tucked in at first, and then as he goes out farther, spreading a little bit farther. Seemingly keeping his hood up, face hidden away. back towards whatever destination the letter has kept for him.
Fantastic. The two of you got a letter with a very different tone. This was still from Rick. He was asking for your help. Whatever journeys led you here, somehow he heard that you are reliable and that you get your shit done. And that's what he was looking for. So the five of you stroll up to this farmhouse. It's a larger farmhouse, not in the way of opulence, but in the way of success. You don't get to be the guild leader of the farmers without being a good-ass farmer. Three of you recognize this place, but you also recognize that there did not used to be boards over the windows. And this place looks a little abandoned. Not quite the place that you remember. As the five of you are standing here, taking the new faces in, the door opens. Just a tiny little crack, a little glimmer of darkness spilling out of the home, as a single eye pops up to the crack and looks around. You hear a, for some of you, familiar voice. Get in here! Get the fuck in here! Do you go in?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Without a second.
Lacan swims right up.
Good. So the door does not open much for you. Everyone's squeezing in. I don't care how large or small you are as a fish person, you are squeezing in through the crack. And you see the same Rick that some of you remember. But he looks like a different man. He is gaunt. He's scared. His eyes are darting around everywhere. The office that some of you had first met him in, that had been, cluttered, but you could tell there's a method to the madness, is now in a scene. There are rocks and things on the floor, and you could see shattered glass. You could tell there's a reason he boarded up these windows. This man looks like he's been hiding. And he just kind of nervously stares at you all and shakes a little as he's standing there, kind of trying to figure out what to do first.
Rick, what have you gotten yourself into?
Hasn't it only been a month?
If that.
Fuckers didn't do the job right the first time.
I beg your
Pretty
pardon?
sure we did. We got your people back. That's all we were paid to do.
You found something, but it wasn't what I paid you to get. You brought back this big thing, this suit, and the metal thing. And you're talking about all these weird stories about things you're finding in the kelp forest, but I know better. I don't even know if those bodies are of the people I paid you to find. I don't know what you people did, but you did not do the job right next time. And you will do it. You will fix your job. That's why I brought these two. Pointing at Humboldt and Lacan.
Hello.
Hello. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Buddy,
would you
like
pretty
to slow
please
down?
Would you pretty please help these dumb fucks to fix the
Oi!
mistake that they made?
Let me catch
So
you
that
calling me a
I
dumb
don't
fuck.
get
Again,
killed.
explain yourself, please, and thank you.
I don't know what the fuck it is you think you brought back. Alright? It might have had a body near it. It might have had two very terrified villagers near it. But why are there still people going missing and dying on the same fucking field?
Maybe. And Tusaami's gonna get very close to him and smile very big. maybe because, pardon me, the foreman isn't doing his fucking job.
How dare you accuse the Millers? The Millers have been nothing but fantastic for this town. How dare you?
We also did our job.
Then what the fuck is taking the people from the exact same place?
We don't know, and if you'd led with that, maybe we'd be able to go out and find it.
I have people hunting my fucking head. You know, I have these villagers are ready to ride me out on a goddamn rail. They're ready to have my ass. They're gonna get me killed. Or worse, fired.
You had my sympathy the first time. I'm so sorry, Rick. You don't have it quite as much this time.
Listen, I've already contacted the authority in the city. And if we don't get this fixed, they're gonna come and they're gonna fix it for me. Alright? You catch my drift?
Perfect, then why did you call us?
You are what they're gonna fix.
Oh, what the?
I would love to see how you would spin that, personally.
I paid you to kill a monster, and I have clear evidence that you didn't kill the monster.
You paid us to get back your missing villagers.
I paid you to stop
That's what
the
you
problem.
paid us. Well, you're still here, so we're not stopping your own problems. But if you want something killed, be more clear about that. Communicate from the beginning instead of getting hostile, and we'll go handle the problem.
You brought back a supposed monster body. It's not any kind of body I've ever seen before.
Hence the
Then
monster
what do you
part.
think it is?
That's your job! Literally!
We are not researchers.
Anyway,
You wanted a-
you two lovely new adventurers that I'm meeting for the first time. Would you kindly accept this humble donation? And he pulls out a bag of gold to guide these people in the mission of fixing the mistakes.
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but if you would take a second to explain what's actually going on, I might be able to provide assistance to these hard-working folks.
Indeed, I would like some clarification before we set off of what exactly
you
is
see,
to come.
About a month ago, I paid these adventurers to kill a monster, and there were people going missing from a couple farms in town, and I paid them good honest gold to kill it for me, and the killing stopped for like 4 days, and then it continued right back up from the Miller farm right after, and so when I told everybody that the monster was dead, they all went back to work. And then because they were back at work, where the monster was clearly hunting, now they want my ass on a platter. And
To
I've been
clarify
attacked.
2 points. 1. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm not an adventurer. I was an incidental because you were desperate.
I posted a flyer and you answered it.
That doesn't make me an adventurer, and you're acting like we're specially hired because we're specialists in this area. That's not the truth.
You said you were qualified to fit the parameters of the job.
You needed people back.
I don't know why I believed you. This one talks to his armor. Pointing to
That is true.
Gibbons.
They
You have a
talking to
clarification.
us.
I think they are. This guy is scary. He got scary from last time.
Kind of zoned out what happened.
I don't know. He's yelling.
Well,
Also, if the killing started back up 4 days later, why are you taking this long to contact us again? I didn't get a letter until a few days ago.
And you knowingly put people on the field where the killings were happening, yes?
Because you claimed the monster was dead.
Oh no.
And I only
No,
took
no,
this
no.
long because I've been attacked. It took me 2 weeks to get a mailman who was willing to find you people.
Gibbons
Call you
slams his
Silver the
warhammer
way
on
you
the
like to
ground.
reflect.
There are more heretics.
Give me an intimidation check.
Can I assist with that?
Mm-hmm. You guys have been giving in the business.
Mm-hmm. No party in the back. Just business up front.
Oof.
See?
Kill this man. But, like, don't yet. He's still a plot device for now.
I like the yet.
Don't
a
tempt
14.
me.
14?
14.
Okay. I also want to apologize to anyone listening to this. I'm still recovering from the flu. That's why I keep coughing. 14 intimidation check against his 5. Yeah, no, this guy is scared of you. First, he thought you were, like, unwell because you talked to your armor. He heard the armor talk back, and that's not something he was prepared for. And then the hammer slam and the heretics, this guy's scared. He has realized in his mind he has invited dangerous criminals into his house with 2 lovely qualified adventurers. And he's scared.
I would like to loom over him, like, dead eye contact. Heretics, yes? More? More? Yes?
Sure, yeah, monster's a heretic, why not?
Then they must be purged! Where?
If we could slow it down a little bit and, calm ourselves, maybe we could work something out here. As our gracious host here has said, I am a qualified adventurer, and I do specialize in killing monsters. So, if you all don't want to partake in it, that's all right. But I would love to take this job if I could get a little bit of information about where the monster was last sighted or what it's like.
These guys went up against it last time, so they know where it is. We know that the Miller Farm is where people were disappearing from. So the Miller Farm they can show you where it is. They know.
Do we? Because I thought we were clueless fuck-ups who didn't know what we were doing.
I didn't say that. I said you didn't do your job. There's a back corner of the farm where people were going missing, and the monster had fucked up a fence, and I don't know. They said it was in the kelp forests somewhere that they had this fight with a thing, and they brought back a body and 2 villagers, and now things are still dying. So clearly they killed the wrong thing.
I'm sorry. What did the villagers have to say about this? About the fact that we were wrong and their torturer was not who we killed? Because a first-hand witness, I believe, would be useful in this, no? At least in discerning the truth.
I haven't talked to Julia or Beavis. I haven't talked to Julia or Beavis. I've just talked to the scared constituents who then quickly became angry constituents who then started throwing rocks in my windows.
Fascinating.
People don't like it when people die.
Unless it's
I'd
for
have
pain, of
to
course.
agree with them, but I find it interesting that you contacted us after it became a you problem.
What was I supposed to do?
Care when people go missing.
I did. If they didn't start trying to kill me, I also would have contacted you.
I highly doubt that. For some strange reason. Regardless, let's play nice, get some information, and go do what we have to do so that the people of your town stop dying, since you can't do it well enough yourself.
Agreed.
He's offended, but he's learned that he should shut up now.
Could you all tell me a bit about the monster?
Oh, yes. It was really interesting. It had this sort of firm but slightly, I guess, bloated, soft skin, much like a blobfish, interesting, but it had this hard shell, like a crab, but you could remove it? Maybe more like a hermit crab. It's unlike any fish I've ever seen.
It was
very
more like
interesting.
whale skin than blubber.
And you will
Like
try
that-
to remove it,
that kind of-
or it removed itself as you attacked?
No, it was very interesting. The shell was merely around the head. I believe it was the head of the creature. And then the rest was more like a cloth, almost. It was like... It's only its head was protected by its hard outer shell, and the rest was dressed in some sort of manner I've never seen before.
Which, upon reflection, I feel like that means it's intelligent life, like us. If it's worried about protecting what's up top and not the fleshy bits.
I suppose.
Did it have blood when you heard it?
Yes.
Did it?
I believe so. It was... Something was permeating the water around it. I don't...
That's
Must
good.
have been blood, I suppose, but it was... It
Unholy.
tasted. Oh,
Add quite
It
a
was
texture
terrible.
to it. Coaty your mouth.
it also
Well,
had this
that-
strange sort of thing with it. A large, structure, I suppose?
Oh,
was-
yeah.
Mhm.
About Kildagilo.
That's true.
Big fucker. Like a...
A second monster that this monster had summoned?
No, it was more like a weapon.
A machine of sorts. Is the best I can do to approximate it.
That doesn't sound like anything I've dealt with before, but anything with blood I can kill.
That's good to know. I'm Tusaami, by the way. Your names are... Tell me again?
Oh, good to meet you. I'm Lacan.
Lacan. Wonderful. And you are?
Humboldt.
Humboldt.
Indeed. Good to meet you, Tusaami.
You might be
Oh,
humble,
Mairead.
but what's your name?
What?
You might be humble, but what's your name?
No, that is my name, Humboldt. What is the miscommunication?
Humble.
He's got
nice
too
to meet
many
you,
voices
Sir
talking
Humble.
in his head and he gets confused.
That makes sense. I heard him talk to his armor?
Dude, the guy's name is Humboldt. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a title and a name. Humble Squid.
That's kind of. I'm like kind of. Do we need a better title?
Can I overhear this?
Make a perception check. Anyone can make a perception check who wants to.
Oh, hell yeah.
How could I not?
28.
Hell yeah.
We never
I-
learned.
Gibbons, can you make me a stealth check?
6! Tusaami!
Tusaami, you are so excited to meet new people.
Yay.
You are like so excited that Lacan and Humboldt are here, and you get to make new friends, and maybe they'll like Perry. You should,
Yes,
they would
I should-
totally be good friends with Perry.
I should show them.
And so you're not really paying attention to Gibbons. Gibbons, did we
I
get a
got
stealth check?
12.
Bro, that's
12.
how Harry came to be to begin
Oh my
with.
goodness. That's true.
Just remember that. With this scenario.
So everybody else does indeed see Gibbons and his armor having a conversation. Mairead, you've been here before. You know.
It's
you know what's going on.
Humboldt. There's a T on the end of it. How do you two of you fuck it up?
Bolt. Bolt? That's also super tight. Humboldt's the humble.
He has a title and a name. He's
It
like
sounds
me.
so cool. Hell, we should be friends with this guy.
I like this guy. Yeah.
Awesome.
Lovely to meet you, Humboldt. The humble. I'm Gibbons, the light bearer.
Indeed. Interesting.
Which tentacle do I shake?
This one. And holds forward one, like, there are two that kind of, like, Dr. Octopus behind him, like, up on his upper torso, and then two that kind of stretch out almost like dual tails, and then holds one forward that is his, like, what for a humanoid would be just an arm. Goes to shake with that one.
That's pretty cool. Okay, alright, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right,
I-
so
Can I pull Mairead aside really quickly?
go for it.
What's up?
Mairead, you are close with... I do apologize. I don't quite remember the name, but one of the villagers we rescued, yes?
Julia, yeah. We work
Julia,
together.
yes. Did she mention anything about... I mean, she and you would know if we... It wasn't the wrong creature, correct? We got the right one.
Based on my understanding of things, no, we got the right thing, which tells me that either we killed off one of a herd, or it was, maybe we misunderstood what was actually doing the damage.
Interesting.
I can get... Julia's here in town with me. I can get her if we need.
I think her insight would be much appreciated, but I also don't think it'd be the best to perhaps put her through more of the horrors.
Oh, 100%. I'm not pitching that she comes with us. I'm saying we go talk to her at the tavern.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Me and my company are holed up there for the next couple days while we're here in town doing this business. So,
Oh, that's right, your mysterious company. How have you been, by the way? I haven't seen you in I don't know how long.
a month.
A month, yes.
I've been good. Business is fine. Haven't had to kill anybody, which is a rare treat.
That's good. The not killing. That's good.
I kind of miss it.
Ah, well, I think we should maybe go back to the group now.
Before they do, I would like to crash their little secret
While that conversation was
party.
happening, I was like secretly casting Charm Person on Tusaami. Which
Okay.
I believe I'm double checking. How do I not have it up here? Sorry, I suck.
You good?
It's a wisdom save, I think.
That's
Yeah.
what I had in my head.
Stop it. Not a wisdom save.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Okay. Please be nice to me, dice. 17.
Does that beat your
That
DC?
passes. Yep.
Okay.
Do I know if she was casting a spell on me then?
I
Yes.
was just reading the text. When the spell
When the
ends,
spell
the creature
ends.
knows it was charmed. The spell didn't take hold. So I'm gonna say.
You would see her casting something with like somatic components or verbal.
Let me pull it up and see about components.
True, but my passive
it's verbal
perception is
somatic.
dog shit.
Verbal and somatic. So I guess the verbal is the talking, and the somatic would be like a hand thing. You know what? I'm gonna have Tusaami roll an insight check.
Oh. Be nice to me, please. Oh, I dropped my dice!
Oh no!
That was a loud drop.
it's my G.
Oh, I was gonna
Ooh.
say for acrylics, that was a throw, not a drop.
18, baby!
Okay. So while, you don't feel anything in here, in your brain, you do see, you'd see Mairead, like, doing some little, like, funky thing with her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And at first you think, like, she's just being silly. She's just being, like, her weird, coy self and doing a fun hand gesture. You realize you're a magic practitioner. That was a magic. You might not know exactly what magic, but she was just trying to magic.
Mairead.
Mm.
We should go to that tavern.
Yeah, I pitched that in the first place.
And I'm agreeing with you.
Well, let's get going then.
Great. So
I'd like to
yes,
hug them both as they were trying to come back to the group.
Hand on sword immediately backing away from him. Get your fucking hands.
Old friends!
Not friends, not old. Get your mitts off.
Hi, Gibbons! You're still very pointy.
Oh, it's the skin condition.
Uh-huh.
You know how us anglerfish are. It's something.
Yes, very naturally prickly anglerfish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, the different places that are at your disposal. There is the tavern where Mairead's troop is. There is the Miller farm. You remember that Julia's mom, Esther, lives next door. And there was a second farm that was hit by the mariner that you fought last time. But Rick didn't mention that, so probably fine. Where are we going, Kings?
I will trust
Lacan.
those of you who know more about this monster. You should guide us.
Yes, we had discussed possibly going to the tavern to speak to one of the victims of the last time. So
That's
we
a
could
wonderful
find some
idea.
information.
Great. All right.
As we walk through the door of Rick's thing, I am going to shift.
Ooh, fantastic. Would you like to describe that?
Yeah, what
Tell us
once
about it. Show us
was
something new.
this kind of gray, kind of almost sealskin, dark hair, dark features, dark eyes. It's now
Zoomed in
this
to remind you.
light blue, again with dark hair but a little bit shorter, piercing blue eyes, a little bit more done up makeup, and standing a little bit more properly. Has a little bit of posture about her. Let's get going.
Yeah, your friend just completely changed faces in front of you.
Wow. Interesting trick, that.
Getting
Yes,
all
it
done
is.
up, are we?
Well, I have to go to work.
You look beautiful.
That's my job.
Okay.
You walk through town to the tavern. Bustling as far as small town taverns go, but that would be because there is a veritable circus of people that are in town today. Following, whoever knows. There are a whole bunch of strangers in this bar, and the tavern keep is kind of rushing around, trying to assist everyone for a customer base that she is not familiar with, but she's trying her best to keep up. You see every table is full, lots of people everywhere, and there is a staircase up to what you assume are the rooms, and Ron, are the rooms.
Mm-hmm. As we're walking through the bar, she's very quickly talking to everyone. She's in passing the barkeeper. Honey, I said you don't have to worry about the girls. I will have it covered. I will give you a lump sum at the end. So whatever they ask for, as long as you have it, feel free to give it. Just keep a running total, and I will make sure you are more than taken care of.
I believe you for some reason, and I don't know why, but okay.
It's because I'm not a liar. Stacy, I said if you're gonna take a boy to your room, you do not let me see it.
Come on, you're so lame.
No, I'm not lame, I'm legal.
Ugh.
Follow me, guys.
Begrudgingly leading a boy back to a table as you all walk up to the rooms.
Lacan will lean over to Tusaami and say, were you gonna say something to me earlier? I heard you say my name, but then, you know.
Honestly, I can't remember.
Yeah, that happens to me too. Does your friend not know that he's a pufferfish?
She lowers her voice extremely. She's like, we don't entirely know what his deal is. What we do know is that he says he's an anglerfish, and that he definitely does not have talking algae on his armor, and that is all we know. We want to keep the peace, you know.
Yeah, don't question it if it isn't a problem, I guess.
He's very nice when he's not extremely strange.
That's fun.
It is.
Fantastic.
So do you travel alone, or?
Usually I do, but I make friends pretty much everywhere I go.
I'm the same way. Maybe we're
I
friends
figured
now.
as much. Yeah, sure. Do you want to be friends?
Absolutely. Let's be friends.
Alright, then we're friends.
Perfect. She'll shake his hand.
He gives her a hug.
Oh.
I'm a hugger.
Wonderful.
Excellent. All
From
right.
behind, Humboldt scoffs at this and keeps walking.
Oh yeah, he's too cool. All right.
Too cool.
Rod
for
kind of
hugs.
joins you in that sentiment.
Y'all make your way through the rooms. Mairead, you know exactly where you're going. You knock on the door, and Julia tells you to come in. You open the door, and you see this wayfish girl, Cuttlefish, sitting on the bed. She's got a pristinely folded suitcase in the corner, and she's just sitting crisscross applesauce on the bed.
Oh, I didn't realize you had guests.
We're actually, not to kind of...
I recognize those two. You helped save me. Thank you again for that, by the way.
Hello again. And anytime.
Good.
We're actually just here to ask you a few questions about that. Hopefully that's not too much to ask you. We can stop at any point. But we heard that there was kind of a wave of repeat attacks. So we're trying to get to the bottom of it because we obviously thought that we handled it. And I think you know me. I don't like to leave my business unfinished. So we just want to ask you a few questions about what you saw, kind of what you witnessed was going on, to see if we can really get to the bottom of what's going on here.
Of course. Anything you need.
This monster you encountered, could you say what its behavior was like?
Oh, it was very odd. It walked around like a normal fish, but it was obviously it looked nothing like a fish. I'm sure they've told you a little bit about what it was.
Right.
When it wasn't walking to and from the farms to take people, it just kind of laid there. It was very, very peculiar, but when it fought, it would crush things, and it had that big projectile machine, and it had its harpoon that it would skewer things with, and electrocute them. Me and Beavis thought that we were next, and I think we were But, luckily you came before he decided to, pummel and or eat us.
That's interesting. Did you see it eating any other fish folk?
I never saw the eating, but I heard it. It was...
What did it sound like?
She, like, a shiver goes down her spine with 1,000-yard stare.
It was awful. It was, crunching and smacking. It was like sitting next to the world's worst open-mouth eater. Except you know that someone's
Gross.
dying.
Alright.
Julia.
Well, this doesn't sound like a creature I've ever encountered before.
No.
Juliet.
Strange.
Did the creature ever do anything that could perhaps be interpreted as communication? Either to you or anything else?
Not that I saw. I was there for a couple days and I didn't see anything like that. It really just kind of laid down when it wasn't, murdering or kidnapping.
Like, down on its back?
Yeah, but, you know, we tried to escape a couple times, but, it sensed that we moved, and, it would wake up and, you know, rise out like from a fucking grave.
Weird.
It was terrifying.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we figure out at all that this was an undead creature?
From digging through it, you all made that assumption. I don't think there was a roll made.
Okay.
But I do think you kind of sussed that out.
Okay. Gotcha.
My mother says that they still have the body on display in the town hall.
On display?
Yeah, it's really fucked up, but this is kind of the most interesting thing that's ever happened to this town. So they're like heralding it as a huge success. I hadn't heard about more attacks. They're probably trying to cover it up.
Sounds like Rick was trying his best.
Oh, that bastard.
Well, if the body's still there, then maybe we're dealing with another one of these creatures that just looks identical. And you guys were successful in your
Did somebody see it and
slaying
live?
of it.
Other than us, I don't think so.
I think this one,
new one?
they're going off of the assumption of repeat disappearances.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Not much kidnaps, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly like you find the remains there.
I think... Excuse me one moment, Julia. I'm gonna try to
course.
talk to everyone without her.
She's respectful. She knows, like, oh, I'll just, like, not pay attention for a sec.
Gotcha.
You don't have to roll or anything.
I don't think that this is another of the same creature. We assumed that it was, you know, perhaps undead. And in that case, I'm thinking of the different scenarios, which would mean more of the same creature. If they traveled in a pack, that it would be strange that this creature was undead and that no other pack fish or whatever it is were around. You know, there was no school, there was nothing. And if it was less of a school and more of a community, then I believe the attacks would probably be more rambunctious than they are, more revenge-filled. I mean, although truly we don't know if this creature is intelligent or not. It made no attempts to communicate, but I'm not the brightest, but I don't think that this would be the same thing.
You think it is something taking advantage of the superstition? Or
Perhaps an opportunity, a role that needs to be filled? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'd love to, look at the body.
I would too.
Why don't you think he's another one of the same type of creature?
Something just feels different this time. I don't know. The other creature felt more like it was hunting. And this one feels more like it's attacking, if that makes sense.
Like it is not just searching for food, but it is trying to hunt or make things disappear.
One is instinct and one is malice.
Pleasure.
That's how I feel, at least. I could be completely wrong.
What if it is a herd? What if it is a school? We didn't see the other ones. And something connected to that first one is mad that its friend disappeared. So this is his version of a nonverbal threat.
But it is trying to attack us because we killed its friend, lover, compatriot, whatever.
Retaliatory genocide of a sort?
True, but wouldn't it be more violent? I mean, if I was going to kill everyone that had a hand in the death of my beloved or family member, I would probably go out. I'd, boil everything to the ground.
I don't know that it would be necessarily revenge or retaliation more than almost a hostage situation.
Well, instead of standing around speculating, why don't we go out and find something?
That's a good idea.
Thanks.
So we
Now-
left.
Thank you, Julia, for answering our questions.
Of course, anything you need. I don't want
Yeah,
anyone else
thank
to
you,
be
lady.
victim to that.
Understandable. So it sounds like we're gonna go look at the body of this thing before we go try to solve the problem.
Yeah, I'd love to gain a little information about it.
Yeah. Julia, you know the rules. If I'm not back by a certain time, 3 envelopes, bottom drawer, get them to who needs them.
You always say that. You're always fine.
Right, and if I keep saying it, I'll keep being fine.
Okay.
Bye, Julia. Nice to see you again.
It was nice to see you when I'm not about to die.
You
Nice
look
to
pretty
meet you,
this time.
Julia.
Nice to meet you too.
Always a pleasure.
Right? Yeah.
She tries to meet you at your level of communication, but she's just too sweet.
She's so perfect.
She's fantastic. All right.
The grunting got to me.
As we transition between over towards the place with the body, Humboldt, you see him take out his book off of his hip, scroll through it, and then begin to start chanting and say, "If you wish to all stay in communication, come here, and we'll, with everybody willing, touch each of them with one of his tentacles as he continues finishing the spell, and gives us all a telepathic bond, so we may communicate telepathically."
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
Mairead
awesome.
would have backed up and asked you to explain what you were doing.
I'm making
And if you did that, that should be
I'm making it so we can reach out to each other across distances without having to make the waves in the water.
And is this
mental
open
communication.
line?
That's fine.
Can everyone hear us, or can we whisper to each other?
I think it is all of us to each other.
But I think if you type /whisper,
You think /whisper,
A voice in my head. That's a bit unnatural, but alright.
It says,
Give it
until the spell
to-
ends, the target can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language. Communication is possible over any distance, though it can't extend over other planes. It's an awesome
Hell
spell.
yeah.
Pretty sick. No
Great.
slash
So we're
whisper.
going to the town hall.
No /whisper.
All right. Y'all roll up to the town hall. It's a pretty typical small town hall. It's a little rundown, but you can tell they're trying to make it impressive. You walk in the front door and you see it's got like a little reception area, a little like front hall, where you see a glass case with the thing that you killed stood up inside of it. And for those who were not here for that, I'll just put that art here. Whoop. This.
Does it look like it's the same, like, quality? Like, has it degraded, or...
When you had killed it, there were certain things that you could tell, like, on the inside, in the shell, that were degrading. And, like, peering through the large hole in the front center, you can see that they've continued to degrade. But it doesn't look as though, you know, it looks like a fairly standard decomposition process, not as though anything's been fucking with it.
Gotcha.
Can I have Lacan examine the body, like as closely as you can without opening the case?
Medicine or Arcana?
I will roll Arcana.
I would attempt to help with this if I can.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, yeah.
If I may make my own check.
Yeah, go for it.
I got a dirty 20 for Arcana, specifically checking to see if this is like some undead creature.
Okay.
I got a 21, just looking for like weak points, moments of vulnerability, elements of vulnerability rather.
Looking for the undead nature. Yep, that's an undead right there. If you know anything, that's undead. It's cool. dead now, but it was undead. You could tell that if it was only a month ago that they had fought this thing, you can like kind of backtrack the decomp and see that this thing was already like rotting when they fought it.
Quite dead before.
Yes. And then Humboldt, you were looking for weak spots. The only really armored spot is the head. This large... My cat is mad that he can't get in the door. The large metallic orb on top is a pretty freaking good armor, but everything else is kind of like a flowy fabric. You know, consulting with the other heroes, they'll tell you that it was like a fabric that had a thick substance on the outside of it. That was very foreign to them. But definitely pierceable fabric. And that was how they made most of their hits that weren't magic as fuck.
Interesting.
So it looks to me like what we're seeing on the outside is like a suit of clothing. And on the head bit is like a helmet that I've never seen the shape of one like this before, but it is a helmet. And then the body's on the inside, all the squishy stuff.
Yes, I mean, I had thought that maybe it would be a helmet, but it looks like it's to keep water in or water out. That doesn't make sense for a helmet. Don't you want to be able to
breathe
fresh water in? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it does look sealed, doesn't it?
Oh, well, undead creatures don't need to breathe.
But why would they be
worried
about
and
it?
then put on the suit?
Maybe, that's possible. Did it have any holes in it when you first started fighting it? Like, you know what I mean?
It was tattered a little bit, right?
Yeah, you'll recall you did find a small scrap of fabric on your way to its hunting area, or home base, where it was keeping people. You did find like a couple little snags. You found like a weird blood that you don't recognize the taste of as it was floating around in the water. Yeah, a couple little scraps like that.
Well, there were holes, yes, but none in the helmet.
Did you try to take off its shell?
We did once we killed it.
And it just looks like a dead fish person underneath.
No, it doesn't look like any fish person I've ever seen.
Definitely looks dead, though.
Are there
And looks like a person.
perhaps, guards or people around, or are we alone in this town?
There is the most bored-looking cop you've ever seen in your life, facing away from you, like, essentially, like, blowing bubbles and bubble gum and playing with a yo-yo.
I
So,
can handle him if
yes,
that's something
but
you're worried
no.
about.
I'm gonna say over the telepathic bond. Okay, I have an idea. What if we steal the body?
To do
Thoughts?
what?
I'm down for that. Yeah, let's do it.
What would we do with it?
Well, I haven't gotten that far in my plan yet, but I feel like it would help us somehow. Plus, it's
No.
interesting
You
to
said
look
it-
at.
You said it looks like
No.
a suit, right?
Yeah,
We could open it.
we could do.
Stealing is bad.
But this is for a good cause, Gibbons.
They're displaying a dead body. I think there's worse things going on here.
Two
fair
wrongs
enough.
don't make a right.
But they can make a left, so let's go that way.
Past adventurers will remember that you peeled that bitch like a banana and you got to see everything on the inside. So if that's what you're gonna steal it for, you've already seen this.
Yes, but Tusaami wants to see it again.
Okay. I'm not stopping you, I'm just making sure you remember.
Listen, we don't have to steal it if we don't want to. I'm just saying that there are... I don't know what I'm saying.
I could.
I just want to steal it, okay?
I think we should have a talk at the chapel later.
Okay,
Maybe we
does
should
anyone
go-
else have any other plans?
Yeah, maybe we should go to the last place someone was taken.
Indeed, I think this seems as though it might be a solitary creature. It might be good to find something fresher.
Yeah.
Fine.
Hopefully
you're
we
the
find a
experienced
monster.
adventurers.
Well, you have experience too.
One fight does not make experience.
Okay,
It makes
well,
some.
And he would make experience. In your opinion. If we're going on fights exclusively.
It does not make a definite number. But
Would north of 200 do it, though?
yes,
a
that
lot
would
of
do well
bodies.
enough.
Let's stop talking about experience, then.
I didn't challenge you, miss.
I think it's fun to challenge you, though.
Alright, on those fighting words, I think we're going to Miller Farm, right?
Is that where they make Miller Lite?
No, Miller Dark.
So close. God damn it.
Miller Deep.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Hey! You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Miller Farm. We're going over to Miller Farm, and when you roll up to the farm, you know, you're kind of thinking, how are we going to be received? You know, Rick certainly wasn't a friendly face. How will Bovis of Miller Farm greet you? And you get your answer almost immediately as the door is thrown open, and Bovis, the son of the Miller family, rushes out to greet you all with a big smile on his toothy shark face. It is so good to see you all. Welcome back to Miller Farm. And you brought friends!
Hi there.
People. At least one friend.
One friend.
Hi, I'm Bovis Miller.
of the Miller farm. This is
Nice
my
to
pa's
meet you.
farm.
I'm Lacan.
So great to meet you. And you,
And
scary
this
one?
is his name's Humboldt.
Yes.
Humboldt. That's a sick name. Yeah, it's so great to see you guys come back here after saving my brother and, you know, saving my people and such. It looks like there's another one, though. I'm assuming that spineless shit dick Rick sent you, because he's too scared to do it himself.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's rude.
Yeah, we're gonna vote him out in the next election. I think that's worse than death to him. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna watch him cry at the election. Can't wait.
Oh God, remind me when that comes up, please.
I will. I'll send you a postcard.
Would love to see it.
Yeah, there are more people going missing, and it's from the same fucking spot. I know it wasn't y'all's fault. I've Beavis to back you up on that. He literally saved his life, so he would know.
Is it in the same manner of them going missing? Like the exact
It's-
same?
Honestly, it hasn't been that many, because when the first one happened again, people got real scared and immediately stopped working, so it's only been like 2 or 3 guys. But it's pretty similar. They'll be working in the field, and we'll have loud equipment, and we look away for a minute, and then when we look back, they're gone. I think it's fucking up more of the kelp, though.
And it is
Really?
no sign of them, no prints in the ground, no hide or
I mean,
head tail of them.
You can tell that that's where it happened. You can tell there used to be a guy there, but there just isn't. And you know, there was a very clear drag line in the sand last time that like went into the kelp field, and I don't see that this time. But I'm not a hero like y'all, so I could have missed it.
Could you take us to the last place someone disappeared from?
Of course. First, you gotta get permission from. And he stops mid-sentence. And he gets really sad. He goes, "Yeah, I can give you permission. I can give you permission."
Who's
And he
missing,
like
bud?
he
I'm
starts
so
like
sorry.
slowly walking over towards where the disappearances happened last time. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say over the bond, his dad died.
Those of you who were here for last Deeplight might remember that I randomly said, "Yeah, this dude's got like a month left," when we met Pa.
Oh, when
Aw.
it's been a month. Fuck.
Ooh, that
Rest in
shit's
Pisces.
fresh.
Yeah, that shit's
Not
fresh.
Yeah, like-
Pisces.
The last couple days.
Yeah. So he sullenly leads you over, and shows you it's that same stretch of fence that you were at before. You know, I'll make you roll things to see details, but it's a fence at the edge of a farm. as far
I'll
as
roll
y'all can see.
something.
Yeah, roll me an investigation.
Nat 20, Perry's brother.
I got a dirty 20.
Hell yeah. This is the place where it's happening again. I'm gonna go inside and leave you heroes to do your hero thing. Good seeing
Thank
most
you.
of you.
Before he leaves, I would like to go up to him and pat him on the shoulder and say,
I'm keeping a very careful ear out as Gibbons walks towards his man.
"He was a good man. A very good man. May Eska's
Yes.
light guide him."
I hope Smeska guides him too. He's very sincere. And he wanders back towards the house. So we got a dirty 20. What else did we get?
I'll look around.
Did anyone
you.
else roll?
I'll also cast mage armor on myself now that we're at the spot. Not 1, so I don't know.
Now
I think the like ink cloud of my mage armor comes a little bit over Humboldt's eyes, and
Yeah, you weren't quite expecting it. And then, like, through the ink cloud, you see a tiny little periwinkle snail on Tusaami's shoulder that's, like, crawling around and vibing.
and that catches your eye, and that's what you get in that one.
Cool.
Our dirty 20.
I'll
Hi.
do it. Good.
You want to roll too?
No,
It's easier if I do this all at once if you aren't gonna roll.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Do it.
Dirty 20. Me.
Dirty 20. Hi, dirty 20.
Hello. Pinky.
You're looking at this stretch of fence, and you do see a definitive bend, a bow in the wood, that is not in the other stretches of fence. You would think it's like a natural sway, but it doesn't match the other side, so you can tell this is like a
something
bend or a crack.
crossed over it and like put pressure on top of the fence.
Yeah, like if people kept hopping it, you know.
Right.
Are
there any like disturbances in the kelp, as if from like a fin or footprints?
So, as you're gazing at the fence and you're like, you know, analyzing this bow,
Mm-hmm.
you see the kelp field behind, which is essentially an analog for a forest. And you see that there's a definite trail that was like dragged and broken through the kelp, but it's grown back a little. You may assume that is the old place where people kept getting taken from. But then you also notice that a much wider swath of kelp is like 1.5 feet lower than it should be, than the rest of the forest. So it does appear to be a drag mark, but it's not on the ground.
Can I go like swim up above and look down on it to see if it's like a pattern?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Ooh. 15.
15. That's good enough. You know, you can't get air because because this is still like there is still a gravity to you.
Yes.
But you do, you know, get a bit of a helicopter view of what's going on. And with this added perspective, you see a 15-foot wide swath of this like slightly shortness dragging through the kelp fields, and you can see it going on quite a ways. You don't see where it stops, but you do see that it continues to go. It's not a straight path, it's a little windy, but it's a hot minute. It's a hot walk.
Lacan will swim back down and say, friends, I think I found a weird path we might be able to follow to see if we can find this new abductor.
Also, as you're investigating stuff, you take a bit of a closer look at that bow in the fence, and you see what looks like teeny tiny teeth all over it.
Oh. I would like to pick one up and look at it. Is it like little tiny, like snail and or shark teeth?
You would think it was something like a shark tooth, but it's gray. Not like a tooth gray or a bone gray. It's just like a dull gray. And it's kind of pointier. A lot of teeth, like you might think teeth are always super pointy, but a lot of them are kind of like, you know, more for the bludgeoning or separating.
Right.
This one is like sharpened. It's odd, and it's kind of the spread of it on the fence post is as though it was scales being like, you know, like skinning a knee, but across this 15-foot gap instead of
Weird.
You know, a normal fish size.
Strange.
See that last time?
Roll me history.
Not my good skill. 10.
10. There was a lot of weird shit last time. You don't quite remember. You remember you were seeing a lot of stuff that you'd never heard of and you had no analog for.
So this being something that you can kind of like be like, oh, well, it's kind of like this, and it's kind of like this, and it's kind of like this, makes it a little foreign. But you're not super sure either way.
Do you guys want to follow the path that I found?
I think that's the best course of action.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Cool.
Right. Gibbons.
Yes.
As you hop the fence with everyone else, you get a look at these tiny teeth, and kind of like do a bit of a double take. In the light of the holy Eska in your monastery that you practice, there were anglerfish of all kinds. There were koi anglers, there were puffer anglers, there were all kinds of different people. And the kind of like little stab in your hand that you get from hopping over the fence kind of reminds you of sparring with one of the other anglers. A specific one. It's not coming to mind. Roll me history.
History. That one.
Nat one. It make hand hurt. Remind of hit friends. That's what I can give you. But yeah, y'all hop the fence and start to follow the path. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna need a survival check. Group survival check.
So good at this.
Me too. Natural 0.
Ooh.
Natural?
Natural 0.
Natural 0.
A dirty 20 for me.
Not one again.
I
Damn.
got a dirty, stinky, ugly, stupid 0.
Mairead?
22, guys.
22. Welcome back to Constructive Crit. Okay. It's hard to follow this path. It's very hard to follow this path. Because it's not as clear as the drag marks were last time. You have to kind of rely on somebody like swimming up and getting a bit of an overhead view for a second and then coming back down. And a couple times you're just like, you're shooting the shit, you're walking, and you forget to like look up for a bit. So it's tough. It's tough. You find more snails, and that's really cool. But none of them are as cool as Perry the Periwinkle. So
Perry the Periwinkle.
So you keep walking, and you're like, I swear we stopped a couple times on the way to the Mariner's Lair. That's fine. That's fine. It's making another survival check.
Please. 4.
10.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Christ.
Oh.
Mairead. 2.
Another 22.
Another 22.
Oh,
Thank
good.
Christ. Okay,
My
I
mic
can
is
give you
being
something.
goofy, my bad.
22.
I need all of you
How
to
dare
jail
you.
whatever dice set you're using right now, except for Mirage.
No.
I'm using the digital dice on
Oh
Deviant.
my god.
Computer jail.
Computer jail.
I'll put my laptop or my iPad in the trash.
There we go. That's definitely what I need. Yeah, so Mairead, you catch a specific pillar of kelp, and you're like, oh wait, this was the second place that we stopped on the way. This is where we stopped that one time, and I realized the mountain was right there. Remember that? You were on your way, and you realized that there was a mountain, and that was where you needed to go. This is where you stopped then. So, you kind of like pause people for a sec to like regroup and, make sure that people know, hey, the place where we fought is right up there. And can I get perception checks?
Oh yeah. Watch this.
I'll also at this point summon out. You see,
Please don't ask me to roll anymore. I got a 7.
10.
Humboldt, like all of his arms twitch for a second before a smaller squid appears in front of him. He's familiar.
Gave birth.
He gave birth.
He gave birth there.
He's a mom.
Summons out his familiar from its pocket dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Firefly, I believe was his name. Yeah,
Firefly the squid.
Who,
That's so cute.
using the stats of an owl, will be
Firefly
able
in
to
the
fly
sky.
overhead to help get a better view.
Awesome.
27.
Crazy
13.
theological question there.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having a familiar that's just a tiny human.
That would be fucking wild.
A tiny what's like it's like having
That's a fairy.
familiar that is a baby. Because it's also like stupid.
Go familiar, you shit your pants.
You lower life form.
Oh my god.
Dirty 20 on perception.
Dirty 20, fantastic. Mairead got 1,000,000 again. What were the other rolls?
10.
10.
13.
13. Okay. All right. Sitting here, you kind of like take a second to regroup. Mairead points out to y'all that this is like the last safe space before y'all started creeping last time. And you're looking around, and especially with the familiar going overhead mode, you see you kind of lost the path. That new path, the 15-foot wide one, isn't with you anymore. You're still following the path that you had followed, the drag. You're still following the drag marks that you had followed the first time, but not really the new one. And as you're sitting there looking at shit, you don't see any of the teeth. You don't hear anything. It's a lot more overgrown. But Mairead, you see a flyer in the kelp. You pick that up, and it's a flyer for a tourist attraction. And this tourist attraction boasts to be the site of the Great Hunt of the Beast.
I would point that out to the group.
It has a ugly cartoon of the beast that you all fought on it. It looks like this was perhaps an attempt by the town to capitalize upon their disaster.
Did I not say before that people dying is fine when it's for profit? I feel like I said that before to asshole Rick. I hate
You
being
definitely did.
Is this flyer made out of paper?
It's made out of a paper analog that's like a processed
Like kelp paper.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I guess we
it
can't
is
have that one, can we?
it is like a fish person made this, not like this drifted down from whatever surface there may be.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Like, you can practically tell that this was Rick or the mayor putting this shit together. Maybe there's a tourism board. There's like a lady in the office who's a tourism I don't know. You could tell it's some shit the town did.
Oh, okay. Can we retrace our steps and try to find the other path again?
Sure. Survival check.
Oh boy.
Or individual.
Group.
Oh. Sorry.
Kyle,
19.
do we need to jail more dice?
7.
19, hell yeah.
I'm gonna ship you some dice.
No. This is after I remembered I have proficiency in survival. I got
That's what I
7.
figured. Oh
Oh,
no.
with help from my familiar, that's 11.
11.
24.
Okay. 24. Okay.
I got a 9.
9. Okay. These are much better numbers, though. You you trace back your steps. You decide not to revisit your old battlefield, and you do find the path again. The eye in the sky is very helpful, having the squid buddy up there, and you do find your path again.
Woohoo!
As you're walking back, you and along the new path, which just kind of veers a little off the old one. It's like definitely a distinct area. You know that you walked off the path before, but it's very similar. It's close. And you see more and more of these teeth. And so now, can I get history from the rest of you all to try to see, where is this from?
Rest of you
The
all
rest
meaning-
being the people who haven't rolled.
Yes, everyone but Gibbons.
I rolled earlier
History?
too, should I?
11.
History, yeah. I don't think you rolled history earlier.
Hey, fun fact,
I'm
it
gonna-
doesn't matter.
Fun.
12. I
12,
biffed it.
11,
Divided by 2, 6.
6. Look on.
I have something I can do that can help us. But I need to make sure.
Would this happen to be Arcana at all, perhaps? Maybe?
No, if anything, it's nature.
Oh, dang it. No, we can keep it at
Lacan will use an ability called Invoke Hell.
Hell yeah.
And
Tell me about it.
Yeah, he starts to like not bleed, but there's like this like sort of like murky like energy that emanates from him, and sort of affects all of you, and everybody's eyes start glowing sort of a little red, and everybody gets a +4 bonus to ability checks for 1 minute.
+4, fantastic.
+4.
And I'll retro that to the rolls you just made.
That's
Hell yeah.
62.
Oh, and I
nice
rolled
DM.
15.
Awesome.
15 total for me then.
15. Thank you for
Wait,
meeting my DC.
You said, wait, plus what, 4?
+4.
So it's
Okay,
16 for me.
16. Thank you for meeting my DC. Everyone who rolled 15 above, you're looking at these tiny little teeth and you realize why it's not registering when you think of it as teeth. And you think of it more as a rough scale or skin. And you recognize it from stingrays. This is the stuff on the bottom side of a stingray. They're like natural protective skin. That's kind of, it's like if a stingray had dandruff, except 15 feet wide.
Thick stingray.
Like molting, maybe?
And you also know that there are humanoid stingrays. Like, you've had coworkers and friends and, distant relations. And then there are also, similar to the familiar, a more animalistic version of a stingray. You can't really suss out which it is from these teeth, but you can figure out that it is the underside of a stingray.
Cool.
Right.
Can we tell if we're looking for like a very large stingray based on the size of these scales?
Not really based on the size of the scales because they're so teeny tiny. But this is a 15-foot wide patch that is being cleared. So it's either a line of stingray following a uniform pattern, or it is one big-ass stingray. And you were following the path. And you rolled pretty well on your last survival check. So you continue following the path until you get to, what's this? What's this? It's a battle. Are you guys on the battle map now? Did I do that right?
Yeah,
Battle
it
map.
kind of looks
Hell
like messed
yeah.
up lobby.
Good.
Who dat?
Rock.
Oh, it does look like a little guy.
The funky little god.
And Tusaami.
Only the funkiest.
And Humboldt. Okay. You're all there. Can y'all just move your character by 1 square and then move him back so I know that you can control your character?
I cannot.
Dicks.
Nope.
Well, I don't know how to fix this. I think this happened with
got
Kyle
it.
last time too. Okay.
I could also be dumb. That is entirely possible.
It's click and
And
drag.
stinky.
I believe in you.
I can also move Noah's token.
Yeah, because Noah didn't log in before the session, so I had to give all players control of Noah.
All players can control Noah.
I can control Noah and not myself. That feels incorrect.
Dink. I should have done this in the break. Just 2 seconds while I see if I can fix the permit. No, your permissions are correct on your
This is so stupid. Just fighting over where
Okay. Let the poor man's rest. Okay.
I got
So-
an ad, guys.
Got an
Oh. Is it reloading the game? You got an ad?
Yeah, I had to go grab the link, and then I got stuck with an ad.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, you're probably like 15 feet off screen, actually, but we're putting you there to have you there. You come to this clearing that you find breaking through the kelp forest. The line of the kelp forest is like this far right column here. And these shapes are large pillars of sand, so that I give you something to possibly hide behind, because I try to be chill for my stealthy people.
Pillars, if you will.
Yes. These are large dunes, so you are kind of in a valley here that is extending.
I love Timothy Chalamet.
And
Hell yeah.
Zendaya.
And Zendaya. Cannot forget Zendaya. Okay. As you break through into this area, you see a couple small stingray bopping around. They're like, playing with each other and having fun, as these little animalistic stingray are wont to do, like squirrels, bopping around and playing and passing
Cute.
each other different pieces of kelp, and it's really precious. Can I get perception
Question.
checks from everyone? Yes.
Can we talk to fish?
Not the animalistic fish. The humanoid
Okay,
fish,
word.
yes. The animalistic ones, you would need speak with animals or something.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a nat 1. Yep. Wait, I have my
Yeah,
familiar to help.
sorry.
Haha.
Hell yeah.
That's another nat 1.
Oh.
No!
Crazy work.
How long, Alice, I have another question. How long has it been since I used my ability to help everybody be good at stuff?
Ooh, that's a great question. Did you do that back at the farm? Or was that when you had already
It was
adventured
on
off?
the
It was the first
history
survival
check.
check? History
It was
check.
like the second survival check.
Second survival check. Okay.
It was the
Because we had
second
already
history
failed
check.
a few times.
History check? Okay, it's been like 30-ish minutes.
Okay, worm. I got a 17 on the
17.
perception.
Okay.
30-20.
Are we?
Dirty 20, fuck yeah. Gibbons.
24.
24.
I got a 4.
4.
Oh.
Yeah, good job, Tusaami.
Tusaami, Perry needs you. Perry is biting at your focus, and that's on your bracelet, and you need to commune with Perry right now. You're very distracted. And
Very
Humboldt,
distracted.
you cannot stop looking at this. because in your mind, you're like, we are fucking professionals. We're trying to do a job. We're trying to, like, you know, get the baddie and get out of here. Like, we got some shit to do. And she's talking with a fucking snail?
Mhm.
What the hell is happening here? Armor? Like, you're in your
Move
head
along. Yeah.
with astonishment at what's happening here. The rest of you. The sand's, like, a little weird. The sand looks a little weird in, like, the middle there. It's not right. You maybe don't completely clock exactly what's wrong, but...
Can I throw
some
a
shit ain't
rock?
right. Sure, make an unarmed attack. Or, improvised attack? Yeah, improvised attack, that's what it's called.
17.
17, okay. You throw a rock and it lands, like, here. And, you know, you can see a couple tiny stingray, you know, get spooked and swim away, but it doesn't quite get to the fucked up part of the sand that you don't quite trust.
Word. Is it just like the very middle area here on the map?
With that, as it rolled a 15 on its perception check,
Uh-oh.
out of this weird, fucked up part of the ground comes... Da-da-da-da! The Rayblazer.
Oh,
Rayblade.
Shit.
he's blazing.
The Rayblazer. There we go.
Whoa.
The zoom
This
in on the
motherfucker
art.
Let
is
it
gonna be
rip.
immune to lightning, and I'm gonna lose my mind.
Are you
No,
like
no.
I'm dead,
person?
so that I
Yes.
can't make it be afraid.
Roll initiative, bitches. Where's the fucking tracker?
Don't
There we
put
go.
me down.
Tracker. I hardly know her.
Oh.
You're so funny.
Thanks.
12.
Okay. Let's,
How
how add?
Alice will add our tokens to the turn order, and then we can type it in ourselves.
Yippee.
If you click and
Allegedly.
drag over all of
Add
our
turn.
tokens,
There we go.
you can do it all at once.
Nice. I already committed to doing it this way, but I appreciate the knowledge for the future.
No problemo.
I keep
Is the,
getting so mad that I can't move my thing.
I'm so
Same.
sorry.
Oh, that means I can't put my
Initiative in.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. What's your initiative, Tusaami?
13 and my dexterity is 18.
Okay. Lacan, what's your dex?
20.
Okay. I'm gonna make your
You shit
initiative.
loser.
I'm gonna make your initiative
Okay, but I'm
14
sexier
just to
than
make
you,
it
so.
easier.
Aw, dang. Well, maybe maybe that's true.
Mairead.
What's your charisma? Oh,
20.
mine's 18.
Mairead, what's the initiative?
19.
Hell yeah, Mairead. I think everyone else was able to put theirs in. Yay! Okay.
Oh,
If
so it's just
I-
the women who can't move our tokens, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Sexist Alice.
Alice is misogynistic.
Yep, that's
I have
definitely.
I have a question,
Go for
a
it.
technical question. If I put a YouTube battle music and like shared my screen of it in Discord, would that be in the stream on
would.
Twitch?
Yes.
Okay, so never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
You can if it is
I was-
copyright-free music.
Well,
Hit up
maybe
Kevin
it will be.
McLeod, then you can.
Hell
Kevin
yeah.
It can be
McLeod?
either copyright-free or a video game music, depending on the video game.
Where am I?
All right. Mairead, the Rayblazer has, you know, almost like a puppy, rises up and like shakes the sand off itself from where it was hiding. What do?
Immediately trying to get a bead. Does it look hostile or is it just the funky guy?
Insight check.
Ooh. $17.
17. you see along its stomach like scrape marks, and you see like a little bit of blood. And now looking past to like behind some of these pillars, you can see like a bone or two sticking out. This might be the thing that's been taking people.
Over
Alice
our
said boner.
telepathic. Oh,
Thank you so
over our
much.
telepathic bond, I am going to. So this is our guy, for sure.
Very well, time to kill then.
And how far away is the creature?
The creature is
Creature's
50 feet away
about
from you.
50 feet away.
We made it back to the creature, guys.
We made it back to the creature. We've made the creature official.
The creature is official.
Then I'm gonna hit it with a good old dissonant whispers. That is a wisdom save.
All right. Wisdom save. Pink. That is a 24.
Well, it still takes half damage.
Damage is damage.
I wanted it to be frightened and move away from me, though.
Oh.
That is 9 damage. Do you have round up or down?
We'll round up.
Okay, so
That's
that's
funner.
5 damage. Force. No. Psychic damage. My bad.
Okay. All right. It takes the hit. It's a little confused, but it kind of like shakes it off and takes a good look at you, the thing that just hurt it. Is that your turn? Do anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
Humboldt.
Alright,
So-
Humboldt starts to swing this way. Seems like by 30 feet. As he does, will start, like you see the chromatophores on his skin start to ripple with different colors as he goes into his blade song.
Awesome.
So that will be one of my uses of that there. Which gives him 10 extra feet to be able to get to here. The 2 longer out of his 8 squid arms will whip forward towards the creature, knowing that it is hostile, and go for the attack.
All right. Roll to hit.
That will be a 22.
That hits.
And will be 10 points of slashing damage.
Awesome.
As he does so, like, cuts across one of its fins, and with my slasher feat, will reduce its speed by 10 feet.
Okay.
And as a blade singer, second attack will be a cantrip. I'm going to use Booming Blade to hit with a 25, so dealing another 8 points of slashing damage, as well as 1 point of thunder damage. As he hits it again on the other side of its wings there. And so if it were to move, would take even more damage of the thunderous variety. Like, basically swirls around it with a little tempest of underwater, of an underwater tornado that was trying to pull it in, and if it should break free, would roil it a bit. And that is my action bonus and movement, so that is my turn.
Fantastic. That it definitely felt that, you know, it definitely felt that, and it could identify easily that it was you that did that. So now it's the Rayblazer's turn. And while it cannot move, hell yeah, you're 10 feet away. It is going to use its multi-attack. It is going to... Oh, only 2 of them have reach. Okay. It's going to start off with a bite attack on you. It does have a 10-foot reach for the bite attack.
All right.
Plus, that's a 22 to hit.
That just will hit.
Okay, fantastic. I need to grab dice because I'm a prepared DM and I have dice. Ta-da. And then I also need. Oh gods. D4, D8. How are so many dice and not a single D8? That's the problem with being a dice goblin, is you have so many dice that you don't have any dice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Never have it enough in the right kind.
You just have to be an obsessive dice goblin who sorts their dice by type.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
organize them.
10 piercing and 3 cold. As these teeth sink into you, and it's like a frigid, like the blood doesn't pool out because it crystallizes to an ice. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts like hell. Actually, you are not in the range of its tail attack because its mouth is here and its blood is there. So it's gauging. It's scared. It's hurt. It is going to move. So go ahead and tell me how much extra damage I take.
That would be another 7 points of thunder.
Another 7. Thank you. As it is now, you are now in position to be subject to its flap attack. Its massive wings flap, and as it does so, plus that is 21 to hit.
Just barely hits. Nice. I will use my reaction to cast shield so it misses.
Ooh, nice. It flaps its massive wings
and
to
tentacles come up to shield himself from the massive wave coming towards him.
Yeah. The teeth that you had been finding just barely skim the water like a centimeter away from your face, but you make it out without getting razor wire slashed across your face. And then you are also now in range of its tail attack. Oh, that hits 17 plus a lot. 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. And that is 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
It's not gonna use that. Yeah, no, it's not that scared yet. I won't completely unhinge on y'all. Yet. But everyone should make me a wisdom save.
Sweet.
Oh, come on.
I got a 6.
Okay.
13.
Natural 20, Tusaami!
Hell yeah!
19.
Gibbons? 19. Awesome. So a lot of you succeed. That was a DC 14 for a frightful presence.
Oh. I'm
so
scared.
If you beat it, you beat it. Everyone 14 and up is okay. Everyone who did not meet that, you're a little spooked. Spooked and also oogled.
Darn.
If you succeeds, then you are immune to its fear. And that is the end of its turn. Lacan, that's scary.
Sweet. I was gonna do some cool stuff, but now I can't get close to it.
I will say, because I like Rule of Cool, I will let you roll essentially like a stealing yourself check. to be afraid but do it anyway. You'd have
Cool.
It would affect the AC of the creature essentially if you did attack. But you know, I don't want it to be you're scared and so now you can't play.
Thank you. This is sweet. What do I need to roll in order to approach this creature?
We'll call it a flavored charisma check.
Ah. Well, I'm pretty sexy. So that's a 17.
17, I will say that does it. Where you
My
can
nerves
approach
are
the
nerved.
creature. Yeah. You're scared as hell. It's gonna affect the way you can hit this thing, but you can approach it.
Lacan rushes up and flanks with Humboldt. Is there are we using flanking rules?
Yeah, I do advantage for flank.
Advantage for flanking. Okay, great. I'm going to roll an attack. I would get disadvantage because of fear. Does that also count? Like, do I overcome the disadvantage because of my charisma
Because
check?
of flanking. Flanking overcomes the disadvantage.
Okay, word.
So it's
that's
a straight roll, and then I'm modifying the AC because you're still spooked.
It's a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, I'm gonna swing again. 21.
Because you're scared, that does not hit.
Okay.
That would normally
so that's
hit,
my
but-
action.
Okay.
As my bonus action, I am going to place a seal on this creature, which is essentially something I can detonate at a later time to give it more damage.
Exciting.
Yes, so I place one of my my seals on it. To the audience and myself, it looks like Lacan's name written in glowing red infernal runes. But to everyone else in the world, it is completely invisible.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Anything else with your turn?
Nope, I can't do anything else.
Okay.
That's it.
Tusaami. Hey, girly. What's up?
Hi. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, because I realized I forgot to adjust my AC from last time, I'm going to. Oh.
Sorry, can
So
I make another saving throw to avoid the fear
Yes,
the
absolutely.
fear condition? Wisdom save?
Yes, please.
That's an 11. It does not succeed.
11 does not succeed yet.
That's okay. Proceed.
Quivery. Yes, Tusaami.
Yes, I'm going to use 2 spell points for Quicken Spell
All right.
and cast a first level mage armor on the spell. Oh my dice. And then remind me again, are we doing if you can't cast 2 spells or can cast 2 but one has to be a cantrip?
We'll do the cantrip one.
Okay.
I don't know enough about spellcasters to really give a fuck otherwise.
I do know the official rule if you want me to say it.
I appreciate you deeply. We're gonna go with
like
you can cast a cantrip.
Because
Okay.
I feel like I know the official rule and Okay. 120 feet. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Firebolt then.
Awesome.
Yep.
All
I'm
my
gonna do
friends let me
ranged.
cast cantrips.
This one does.
All the cool kids are casting cantrips. God damn it.
Ooh.
Let's
Polymorph
see.
is a fun spell.
13.
13 to hit.
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Alright, so she just put on some sick mage armor.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the tides around her formed this like bubble into armor. And then she's extremely girl fails a firebolt. And that's it. That's her turn.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Gibbons. Hey, buddy.
Let's see. Okay. So I can get right in the front. Right here.
Heck
30
yeah.
feet. And I shall hit it with my warhammer.
Go for it.
Right. Does a 22 hit.
A 22 hits.
All right. Yeah. I'll roll damage. I can grab the right dice.
Mood.
There we go. 8 damage.
8 damage. Fantastic.
And for my bonus action, I will Divine Smite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, let me roll for that. That'll be 6 damage.
6 damage. Thank you very much.
And since this thing is bigger than me, I will push it 10 feet away from me.
Ooh. Does it have to make a save of some kind, or do I just scoop?
Let's see. Or is no. Where's the push? If you hit a creature with a warhammer, you can push the creature up to 10 feet straight away from you if it's larger or smaller.
Fantastic. It's over you now. You will
Hence
also
my turn.
notice that there are no feet on the ground. This thing is hovering. Not enough that it wouldn't be like out of range of anything. It's probably like 3 feet off the ground, but it is not physically touching the ground. Would that trigger again the movement thing, Nolan?
No,
or
it's
is that
once a
just a
turn.
one-time deal?
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans. Anything else from you, Gibbons?
But that'll be it. I just want to bash its skull in.
Fantastic. Cleanse the heretic. All right, Mairead. Mairead?
Sorry, I was fixing stream things.
That's okay. I appreciate you. What's up? What's your turn?
I'm going to walk up a little bit closer to him. Like 30 feet straight line, so I'm 10 feet behind Humboldt.
Sorry, you're 10 feet behind Humboldt?
Yeah,
10 feet like this, or 10 feet
right
like
like
this?
that. The first one.
The first one. Okay.
And from there, I'm gonna do a bonus action Hunter's Mark on
Awesome.
the beast. And Vicious Mockery.
Okay. What save do I have to make?
Wisdom.
Okay. Ooh, that was pretty shit. That was a 10.
Ha! He failed.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That is
What happened to me?
not much. My love, I wish I was kidding.
How many damage?
3.
Twee.
That's one better
That's
than
on
usual.
2. It's 2d4 and a d6. Hunter's Mark. No, it's not.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? Is that
I-
it? Movement, action,
I-
bonus action?
Bonus action and action. Yeah.
All right. Humboldt. What's up, bro?
Like, his arms come back now after defending himself. He's a little scared, but we'll take his attack and booming blade attack. So I'll do the booming blade one first this time with disadvantage because frightened. So that's a 17.
17 does not hit.
And we'll take his second attack, just one for tentacle. Not a crit, damn. 18.
18 does not hit.
Then, given he is frightened and does not want to take another beating, we'll use his bonus action to Misty step back to here.
Makes a lot
away
of
from
sense.
the creature, and then use some movement to tuck himself behind this little sand pillar.
Fantastic.
And that is my action and bonus movement. So I'm good.
Great. We're back to the Rayblazer. So now he sees the new biggest threat in town. Womp.
Oh,
Hi.
wisdom
Hey,
save
Gibbons. How's
at
it
the end of my
going?
turn?
Oh, yes, please.
That one? Never mind.
Oh,
Damn.
you're really cute.
This one's going away.
All right, Gibbons, you're the new biggest threat in town, so that's fun.
Yay.
Hope you enjoy that. And you are going to get you're gonna get a tail attack. He kind of like spins around as he runs up to you so that he can put his butt in your face for a tail attack. Is 24 to hit?
That definitely hits.
Okay. And then, so that's 7 bludgeoning damage from the tail. And now the stingray that you know, you now remember sparring with the stingray at the monastery. They have a poison. So gonna need you to make a Constitution save. And actually, I'm gonna need that from Mairead and Lacan as well.
21.
A wisdom save?
Con save.
Constitution, okay.
Yes. Gibbons, you can taste that it's in the water now, but you know, give it a quick little cough out of your gills and you're fine.
I got a 24.
24.
Nat 20 for a 21.
Ah,
Hell
baby
yeah.
shit. You taste the poison, you're like, that's fucking rude, but that's its only effect on you. Seeing that you guys kind of shrugged off its scary thing, it's going to go for a bite at Lacan.
Sweet.
It's a 25 to hit.
Oh, okay, yep.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I rolled ass. Plus 6, that is 10 piercing, and 7 cold. Sorry, that was a lot.
Ooh.
It is going to try to use its flap attack on Mairead. 17 to hit, Mairead.
Yeah.
Alright. And that is 9 slashing damage as
Owie.
it kind of paws down your face in this like rain of needles. And that's Ray's turn. Lacan?
Sweet. I'm gonna go around and flank it with Gibbons.
Awesome.
And then I slash. Dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, are you still scared?
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Okay. And I missed twice. I'm gonna use my bonus action to place another seal on it.
Okay. And the old one stays there as well?
Yep, they stack.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else for your turn?
And no. Nothing else for my turn, but I can, as no action, whenever it receives any damage from any source, I can burn all of them at once
Ooh,
to
that's
do
fun.
damage. Yeah, it's cool.
That's very fun.
And they're a d6 per seal.
Ooh.
So I will be doing that and some
Please,
special
yeah.
extra thing later on.
All right. It is now Tusaami's turn.
Oh wait, I need to make a save. Sorry.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting.
I fail. That's a 9.
Dang. All right, Tusaami.
Ripperoni.
Now it's you.
Okay. Not moving from her safe little space. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at level 2.
Okay.
So that's 3 attacks. Please be good to me. First one is... Oh, math is so much fun. 26.
That hits. Holy shit.
The second one is 15.
Does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the third one is 27.
That hits.
I would love if
hits.
my dice could be freaking consistent, man. That'd be awesome.
This is wild.
Okay. First one is 5 points of not fire, boiling water damage.
Hell yeah.
Third one, the second one missed, is another 5 points of boiling water damage.
All right. And as you kind of cook this bitch, you extend your hand with your focus, and you all see these waves and bubbles of roiling, boiling water lash out at the stingray. You see that parts fall off. You'd seen the little teeth get scraped on the kelp as it goes by. You saw it on the fence, but this is like larger chunks of the hardier stuff that are coming off, and it might be a little easier to hit now.
Ooh.
Damage thresholds are fun. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
All right. Gibbons! This thing looks easier to hit now. It's got some obvious weak spots.
All right. I will. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna bash you with my warhammer.
Hell yeah. As a bloodthirsty bitch, hell yeah.
Right. I will also. Where was the thing? Here we go. Yep. Imbue weapon. So for 10 minutes, or until I use this feature again, I will add +4 to my attack rolls.
That's awesome.
And my weapon now emits light.
Hell yeah. Cleanse the heretics with the holy light of Eska.
And I have a 17.
17 hits.
Perfect. A 7 regular damage, and bonus action again. Going to Divine Smite for 7 damage.
7 more. Alrighty.
Poison, always poison.
Always poison. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that'll be it.
Alright. Mairead, you think you can hit this guy?
I did until I remembered that radius and diameter are different. I had a plan. First up, bonus action. Bardic. Do I have to be? Oh yeah. Bonus action Bardic Inspiration over to Tusaami.
Love the teamwork.
Just kind of looking over, and she says it quietly, but you can still hear it perfectly clear. She just goes, You've got this, honey.
Aww.
Fantastic.
And then I'm gonna do another Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah. What kind of save?
Wisdom.
Great.
Like everything else.
That is an 18.
Damn.
No? Rats.
15, yeah.
Okay.
You still take half though, so that is
Good.
12 half to 6.
All right. Anything else? Movement?
Nope, that's action bonus action. I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Okay. Humboldt.
Bolt, still scared, is going to peek his way around the corner here of this sand pillar. Fire off all of his tentacles, wave together the chromatophores all over his body, all coil in with a blue light coming in from each of his tendrils as all of them shove forward into a lightning bolt. So I would love for the creature to make a dex save, and by make a dex save, I mean fail a dex save.
I'll do my best for you. How's a nat 1?
That'll, I think, fail.
Plus 5.
Yup.
It's a 6.
6 fails.
What's the damage, Doc?
25 points of lightning damage to it.
Ooh.
As that fires through. Bonus action, some of his flesh that had been torn away by its first attacks starts to regrow, as I will burn one of the extra hit die that I have as a squiddy.
Nice.
As one of the armed to regenerate, and that will be my turn.
Hell fucking yeah. Good turn, Humboldt. It is now Ray's turn again. And y'all did a shitload of damage. I'm proud of you. So he's not feeling healthy. Healthy snack, Rebecca. Lacan, you are right in range of its tail. Like,
Hell yeah.
right on its tail. That is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a D8. Where's my D8? Under my notebook? Oh, God. Oof. Oof. Plus. Oof. That is 14 damage.
14?
Yep.
Cool.
It rolled good. And then Gibbons, you are right in biting range.
Fun.
That's a 21 to hit.
That certainly hits.
All right. Oh no, I rolled really good. 17. And then
Ouch.
Mairead, you're getting that flap. 22.
Yeah.
It rolled like butt. That is 5 damage.
Owie.
Oh, I could use that. No, it's not convenient enough. I'll use it later if it lives.
Uh-oh. Don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, you should. Okay. Lacan.
Side
Hell
note,
yeah.
rolled my wisdom save afterwards and got the 26, so I assume that means I'm free of the
Awesome. Yes, you are free of the frighten. I'm a baby DM. I keep forgetting about people making saves.
Okay.
It's okay.
You are absolutely free of the frighten. You see how badass you are, and that means that it's okay now. Lacan, it is your turn now, and I'm gonna remember to have you make your save at the end of your turn.
Thank you. I attempt to hit, and I do not. I roll a 17.
17 hits.
Oh, really?
Now
Oh,
with
slay.
the change in the armor class, 17 hits.
All right, so that's
It's
9
actually
points.
exactly what you needed because you're scared.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. That's at 9 points of slashing damage.
Hell yeah.
And I place another seal on the creature.
Awesome.
With that, I don't need to use my bonus action because I finally hit with one of my attacks.
Woo!
And I missed with my second attack with a 12.
That does hit. Or miss. I'm tired.
It's okay.
It's only 10:30.
Old.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all I do.
Okay. Tusaami.
She is going to look over to Humboldt and go, oh, that was a good idea. And use bonus action, tempestuous magic.
Ooh.
And all of the currents around her start kind of swirling, and her eyes light up this like crazy light blue. And she
Wait,
just
I'm
starts
so
sort of-
sorry.
Yeah,
I rolled
I
a 9.
forgot about Noah's saving throw. Thank you.
I failed.
This is the third time this has happened to me.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna
You were
say my
doing
cool
something
shit
really
is
cool.
anymore.
It was really cool.
No,
the light
you-
was
the
swirling,
currents
it
are
was
swirling.
Awesome, and it was really cool.
The currents are swirling. They're girling.
Thank you, Bard. So you were being a badass bitch?
Yeah, whatever. She floats up in the air like a fucking cool person, and then casts lightning bolt at 5th level.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Please kick my ass. What save? Dex?
Yeah, it's a dex save.
Dex save. Okay. It's close. That is a 14.
Miss. And because
I missed the save. Okay.
Yes. Because I cast it at 5th level, instead of
Yes.
8d6, it's actually 10d6.
Hell yeah!
So I don't have that many dice, so I gotta roll it in the thingy. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Fascinating.
Using the advanced dice roller.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah. Now, the first time or two figuring out Roll20 is a trip. Then once you know how to use it, it's pretty convenient.
That's 40 points of lightning damage.
Holy shit! Yeah, no, that
Oh.
hurts.
Can I?
Sure.
Can I say that I moved here first? I can't move my character. Can I
Oh,
move here?
absolutely.
Word. Otherwise, I could have used my
There.
my careful spell. Yes,
Yeah.
please. I don't want to hurt my buddies.
Love that.
I'm also gonna burn my seals, and it takes 10 points of necrotic damage.
Hell yeah, it does.
And then Gibbons is going to get 10 temporary HP as the blood that like leeches out of this creature forms like chitinous plates on Gibbons's armor.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Algae and plant armor.
Oh,
Love to
and
see it.
the next saving throw the creature makes needs to make at a -4.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Hmm?
Tusaami, would you like to do anything else with your turn?
No, but for flavor, apparently whenever I cast a spell that has thunder or lightning damage, apparently an eruption of stormy magic emerges from me.
Ooh.
So
That's
there's like little
exciting.
crackles of lightning around me now.
That is very dangerous. I love that. All right. Gibbons.
It's bonk time.
Bonk.
Long time.
Bonk that bitch.
Right, let's see. I got a dirty 20.
Hell yeah, that hits.
Perfect. I will do 6 damage, and top of that, casting Divine Smite again as a
Do it,
bonus
as you
action.
should.
Seven and 8, so 15 damage plus the initial damage.
15?
15
Dang,
hits.
okay. That's awesome.
Bonk this motherfucker in the head.
As you bonk him, you can see as you've been hitting him, he'll get like a little like dazed, and then he'll get back to angry, and it's kind of this like cycle with the brain trauma. But as you hit him this time, you see that he stays a little unsteady. He's definitely been knocked. You can see that he's bloodied, and even more of this like toothy chitin is falling off of him. You're fucking him up. He's under a third.
Soon he'll be in the ground permanently.
Foreboding, thank you. I'm gonna see if I can do. Huh? I'm gonna try to do. Is there a hit bar for you guys now?
Yep. At least for me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
Are there numbers in it?
No.
Nope.
No.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping for. So now you can see how much you fucked it up. Gibbons, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Nope, that'll end my turn.
All right, Mairead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move. You can't see my thing. I'm gonna move to a right there.
Oh,
Kyler,
Sorry.
your dice falling.
yeah. It somehow also unmuted my mic when I did that. So
Oh,
my
no.
apologies,
Did you
everyone.
roll really well though?
How much damage did you do?
How much damage?
Would it take him out?
All psychic.
Step on a d4 and we'll see.
That's piercing. So I'm right there. I'm going to once again bonus action bardic inspiration to Lacan. Kind of just look
Thank
over at him and go,
you.
"Honey, you got this."
Hell yeah.
And then I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer. That is a wisdom save.
Ooh. Fun name.
Remember
Try
to
that.
subtract 4 from whatever you roll.
Thank you. Well, I don't know if I'll need to do that.
That's
I got a
Natural 1, -4.
Hell yes.
Plus
You rolled
6.
a negative. Negative. Well, you rolled a 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Yeah.
Fuck it, I fail. I feel real bad.
Math is hard. We are all actors.
That's true. I did take Calc 2 in college, though. Then again, that was freshman year.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
That is 25 psychic damage. And it now has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls for the next minute. At the end of its turn, it makes another wisdom saving throw.
Another wisdom saving throw?
At the end of its turn.
At the end of its turn. Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn?
Nope, that's all my things.
Awesome. Can't wait. Humboldt.
Humboldt has one of his tentacles whip forward, and out of it, the chromatophores pulse, and a larger tentacle extends out as he casts Arcane Tentacle. And so you all see a giant version of one of his tentacles come down and go to wrap around the creature.
That's awful. What do I gotta do?
That
Is there an
is
attack roll?
With grasping hand, it is a strength. It is a grapple check, so
Okay.
it's strength versus my hand's strength.
Alright.
That is a 24 for me.
13.
13 is up. The tentacle grapples around the creature, and I will then use my bonus action to crush it. The tentacle pulses for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And now the tentacle's just wrapped around it, keeping it in place from running away from us. And that is my action. I don't think I have... Oh, bonus action, I'll do another quick regeneration there, and that is my turn.
Awesome.
And for the squid regeneration, is that adding my constitution bonus or just the dice roll?
Let me look at it.
I have that it's regeneration class expended as a bonus action.
Yeah, as long as you're not exceeding the amount that you have. Then yeah.
Oh.
Go for it. Alrighty. I'm getting messages abound. Yes,
Oh.
so y'all are fucking it up. Was there something else?
Nope.
Okay.
I was looking at a feature that I don't get until 13th level.
Tragic.
So never mind.
I think one of these Deeplights one shots is at 15th level. So, well. Yeah. So you kind of have it in a fucking like hold, and so its little wings cannot flap. So might have saved a shitload of damage. But there is still the bite and the tail. So Gibbons, you know, I think Ray would say you're looking like a snack because he's gonna try to bite. That's a 30.
30?
To hit.
Damn.
His attacks are
Yeah.
plus 11, and that was a 19.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
That hits. Yeah, that hits.
11 damage. Oh wait, I'm at disadvantage, right? Because that shit that Mairead did?
Right.
Yes.
Try again? Nope. Still hit. That was one difference, so 29.
Yay.
So that is the how much did I just say? 11? I think it's 11.
Yep, 11.
Yes, 11 damage. Thank you so much to people who pay attention to what I word vomit out.
But you only take 1 point of real damage because of the 10 HP.
That's so true. We love a bright side.
Yeah.
Speaking of, hi Lacan, you get in the tail.
Hello.
But I'm at disadvantage. That is an 11.
Misses. By a lot.
Good. I'm happy about this for you all.
Yeah. Did you roll a 0?
No, I did I do my math? No.
It has plus 11, right?
That was for the bite.
Oh, it has different.
Different
oh.
pluses. Different pluses.
Different pluses.
I'm bad at D&D, it's fine. And then I can't do the flap attack. I was reading something else in the character sheet. It was like, okay, I could have done like it's fine.
I just discovered something I could have been doing for these fear checks.
Speaking of, no. Lacan, it's your turn.
What? That's crazy.
They're so crazy.
I'm gonna do this cool thing where I suck out its blood.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna devour, and it needs to make a save. But what kind? Let's see. Constitution, please.
Okay. plus 6 is 15.
That fails. It takes
Hell
18
yeah.
points of necrotic damage, and I heal 18 points.
Woo! Nice.
That's my action. And then my bonus action, I will place a seal on it.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Anything else with your turn?
I make my save.
Hell
You
yeah!
remembered.
Possibly. Bard, what die size is the
D10.
Oh, cool. That's so sexy. Well, yeah. Does 17 plus 9. I think I succeed.
Yeah, you
Okay,
crushed
cool.
the save.
Yeah, I'm no longer
as
frightened.
As it's like starting to be dismantled in front of you, you look up and realize we are making this thing our bitch. I have nothing to be afraid of. And
Hell yeah.
you break free of the frame effect.
I'm breaking
Awesome.
free.
Soren. Okay. And then we're gonna go over to Tusaami.
Okay, does this thing look like it's about to turn tail and flap away? Or is it fighting to the death?
It's currently grappled, so it couldn't if it wanted to.
Okay.
It does look like it's starting to get some of that like animal fear set in, but it's
said
kind
no,
of
it
where it
doesn't.
is. Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I had an idea. Never
Humboldt kind of said it smells like bitch in here.
mind. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna go here. I believe here. Yeah, that'll give me the clear on everyone. And I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt again at
Awesome.
3rd level.
Heck yeah.
Okay, that is. I have to read. I just did this. 8d6. So.
While you're rolling that, Alex, I realized I suck. The thing's turn passed. It needed to make another wisdom save.
Whoop. I missed that too. Crit.
Well, that was a waste of a spell.
Hey, it did things.
It's supposed to keep going and continue to do 4d10 like every turn.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You still hampered this thing. It missed a couple attacks.
Nice.
Okay, that is 28 points of lightning damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, just kidding. You have to make a dex save first.
Oh, okay.
But since it's grappled, never mind.
Fail.
Noise. All right, 28. Lightning.
Hell yeah. Took the damage. This thing's on its last legs. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh. I do have a cantrip. Just for shits and gigs, I'll cast
fun.
Firebolt too. Why not?
Do it. Firebolt is actually broken as a cantrip. As someone
It
who
really
played a sorcerer
is.
for a while, it's a broken cantrip.
It's so great.
And
Okay.
I say that with love.
Be nice. 23?
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Lord, sorry. 1d10. If I can find my I'm pretty sure half of my dice are on the floor. So bear with me. That's gonna be 6 points of.
It should be more than
Wait,
1d10
oh, yeah.
now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm at 10th level, just kidding. So 6 plus that would be 8 points of fire damage.
That's awesome.
Quintet.
Is that the end of your turn?
The taste, yes.
Gibbons, kill this man.
I rolled a 17.
17 hits.
Perfect. We are going to bash this thing's head. Alright. I rolled a 2. For damage.
For damage?
But I will cast again my bonus action for 7 and 3. Alright.
So that's a total of 10?
Yep.
How do you want it?
Oh.
Describe how you take down this massive 15-foot huge beast stingray that's currently being grappled by an eldritch tentacle.
As my allies blast it with their mighty spells and hold it in place, I would like to... Gibbons spins around his warhammer, raises it as high as he can, and smashes it straight into the head, bringing a massive thud to the ground.
Absolutely. It gets squished even more pancake-like than it was before. And as the dust settles, as the sand settles, the Rayblazer has been put back in the ground. What do you guys do about it? Good fight, guys.
We really Ray-blade him to rest.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I got there.
Hell yeah.
So how much psychic damage am I supposed to take from that guy?
D4.
Lacan's just gonna stab it like 5 or 10 more times.
It's cathartic.
I think I'm looking
very
over
cathartic.
it to make sure it isn't like some kind of undead or try to like figure out what's going on here kind of thing.
Nature or Arcana?
Oh boy, those are my skills for sure.
Can I assist? Because I was also going to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Lacan explains.
What's your nature or your Arcana, Tusaami?
My Arcana is +6 and my nature is +2.
I'm gonna help you with an Arcana check then.
Oh, word. Okay.
Lacan explains. I'm just making sure that it's really actually dead.
Sure.
Yeah. 22 Arcana.
22! Looking over this thing, this looks to be totally organic. While it is, like, unusually large, that seems to be a natural fit. You don't sense that it's undead at all. It seems to have stopped moving when you hit it hard enough. It feels mundane, unnatural, beautiful, and dead.
Did its blood taste good?
No. Oh wait, do you like? Is that something
I'm
part of
a
your
shark.
class? You're a shark. Not necessarily. You know, you don't necessarily have an affinity for blood for being a shark. It was definitely a little spicy. You know, a little
Ooh,
bit of
a little spicy,
spice on the tongue. Yeah,
a little smelly.
a little smelly. Smelly smell that smells smelly.
Yeah.
The all of the stingray that were around before, do they look like just, average Joe stingray, or are these perhaps babies?
Roll me a nature check.
Can I help?
Absolutely.
All right, that would be. I'm sorry, I rolled the same die twice and now I don't remember what the first number is. I gotta re-roll.
That's okay.
Just do it again.
That's so embarrassing. Oh, word. Okay, 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Love that. They appear to be like the normal animalistic stingray rather than something looking young. And you can kind of tell that because like in like a human face you can tell a child versus an adult. with, like, you know, the definition and where things have grown into. You know, their stingers were fully developed. They weren't like an adolescent that you would expect from a baby. They looked to be fully grown for their size. Essentially, squirrels gathered around a giant fucking squirrel.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I would love to, while I still have the tentacle up, take it to each of these little sand pillars to try to sift through and see if either here or in the sand around where we might be able to find any bodies that were left, if we can tell where those that disappeared came from.
Investigation check.
Ooh. Can I, while he does that, can I cut open its stomach to see if there's, like, people parts?
Do it.
Cool. Medicine?
Make that, medicine.
22
Medicine.
for investigation.
22 investigation.
I got a 15
sifting
for
through
medicine.
some of these piles. Awesome. Sifting through some of these piles, you definitely do find some bone. You find like a rake that someone might have been holding on to and trying to defend themselves with while they were being carried away. You find a couple little bits and bobs that might have fallen off some poor fish folk as they were taken away. But when the stomach gets cut open, that's when you kind of find them. There were a couple bones like in one of these piles, but it looks like maybe that was an arm that fell off one of the things it ate, because you can account for the rest of the missing folks in its tongue.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately there's no survivors, as far as I can tell.
Oh.
I have an idea.
I have one
Sax.
as well. You go first.
So, you know how Rick was just the loveliest man and didn't believe us that we killed the first thing?
Yeah.
First of all, I was right about it not being the same species. I just want to say that. Second of all, now bear with me here. What if we take the body and we go and we knock on his door and then act like we're the monster coming to get him?
I like that
Not
idea.
The idea I had.
What's yours?
I was going to see if there was something that was affecting this creature's behavior. Give me a second. And I will sit down there, start chanting over my book as I touch the creature with one of my tentacles to cast Identify and see if there was any lingering magic.
Ooh.
Anything that had... It's like any spells or something that had been cast on the creature. Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up the text of that spell so that I can maybe give you some information I want to give you.
Through the
I
bond.
love
After we
identifying.
do that, we should totally do my thing.
I think that.
No,
would be fun.
100%.
Okay. No spells are currently affecting it. There may be some residue from what you all were casting on it, but there was not like an enlarge or a make into a fucking freak kind of spell that was put on it. And unfortunately, that's all I can give you from the text of the spell.
I get that spell cast on me every day.
Be a fucking freak.
Make into a freak.
Be fucking freak.
Make into a big fucking freak.
My favorite 9th level spell, Weird.
I cast slightly off-putting on you.
I can't get over the fact that Weird's a real spell. Anyway.
Anywho's it. Yeah, that's what you get.
Cool. Shall we take this back to, what's his bucket?
Rick.
Yeah, that guy.
We do need to prove that
Can the 5 of us move
Something.
it properly?
Perhaps together,
Yeah,
at least.
probably.
Oh yeah. I count as a large creature when moving stuff, so I could probably help quite a bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the 5 of you work together and you make your way back towards Miller Farm. When you do make it back, you see that Bovis and Beavis are sitting on the porch together, seemingly waiting for your return. Y'all not catch the last episode? His brother's name is Beavis.
Oh yeah.
Sitting on the porch together, waiting for your return. And when they see you, their eyes light up that they're seeing you again, and then they see the thing you're dragging, and the smiles kind of fall into like a slack-jawed but it is a of appreciation.
We killed the monster.
The most ungodly fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Hold on just one sec before you run back to Rick. And Bovis runs in the house for a sec, and he comes back out, and he has a bigger sack of gold than Rick was gonna give you.
Cool.
Some of the farmers and I got this together to properly thank you, because we know that you're gonna get stiffed by Rick. So this is for you all and saving our hides again. I hope he paid you decently the first time at least. Thank you for saving our people. Are there any survivors?
No.
Unfortunately.
None that we could find.
I can't speak for the rest of the group, but I personally don't need your money.
No, I really must insist that you take some kind of reward. If there's something else we can give you, we got produce, we got wheat, there are other farms in town that have other stuff that they'd be happy to give you something else if it's not money you want.
Through the telepathic bond. Are the rest of you in dire straits for cash?
I have needs, but they can be met by what they can provide as farmers, for the most part.
Same for me.
I wouldn't say no to some money.
I wouldn't either, really.
It's totally up to you. I don't need the money, and honestly, fucking with Rick is enough of a reward for me.
That is
If you guys need the money, I'm not going to say anything, though. Do what you need.
I walk up to him and I pull out a pamphlet.
Hello.
Gibbons, don't you dare.
I slowly hand the pamphlet while
Put it
looking.
away.
He
Put
takes
it-
the pamphlet.
Good man.
Don't
Like
make me
slowly
cast on you.
walk away.
Hands it to Beavis while like maintaining eye contact and a little unsure. He still has the money outstretched, towards y'all.
I'll approach.
Yeah, Lacan will too.
Alright.
Honestly, we are honored to have helped your community yet again, and while we would never dream of doing something only for monetary value, we do appreciate that you appreciate us. We'll accept this gift. Thank you. If you ever need us again, please write.
I hope to God that we never need your help again, but we'd be honored to have you save our skins.
Of course.
I'm kind of in the running to replace Rick, and so I hope if you get a letter from the guild leader of this town, you don't tear it up before seeing who signed it.
Is this meant to be a bribe then?
No. This is appreciation.
It was a joke. Do not.
Oh, he looks legitimately scared. He was like, no, my political career. Oh God.
Lacan will do it in to Bovis and say, I could get rid of him if you'd like.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't. That's fine.
Sure. And
I won't stop you, but
How do you feel about voter fraud? Because I could totally come into town just to vote for you.
if you decide to do anything shady as fuck,
to help me out. I would love it if you just didn't say anything about that.
Based on the general vibe of the town, I don't think we're gonna have to do much.
I got a pretty good back in. Most of the other farmers in town split their time between throwing stones at Rick's house and meeting with me to make sure that shit is actually getting done.
I have total faith in you then.
Seems
That's
like
nice.
it should be an easy win.
I hope so. Well, thank you, strange people, again, and I hope to both see you again and never see you again. And with that, y'all make your way back over to Rick's. See the boarded up facade. Do you torture this man with the corpse of the monster?
Mairead,
With a
we should totally
smile
knock
on
on
the
the door
face.
and then you do dissonant whispers.
Incredible.
Head explodes.
That might
dies.
kill him though. Why don't we do this? You guys hold up the monster right behind me, and I'm gonna knock on the door screaming for him to let me in, like it's chasing me. What about that? Does that sound good?
I guess that's okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm gonna need a performance check from everyone
Hell
involved in the charade.
Oh baby, I got this. Watch me roll.
Who's got a really bad charisma?
I got really good charisma. I got hella riz.
Okay, but I was just gonna sit out and
Oh,
watch
you know what?
all from behind.
I
I'm
am
gonna
also
use my
sitting out.
ability to give us all a +4.
Yay!
I was also gonna give my last bardic to somebody who needs it, so.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'll take it. Considering how
Yeah.
my dice rolls have been.
Right.
Chaos Gremlins, what are your rolls?
28.
28, hell yeah.
Okay. +4 for the thing. And then do I get the bardic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a D10.
Gotcha. Hold on. Doing my maths.
11, make a wish.
Hey.
Unless you're in the far away.
31,
Oh, shit.
okay.
Nat 20 for a
Alright.
35.
The best you guys have rolled all game.
And it's to
Yeah.
fuck
When it's
with
important.
Rick.
I love that.
tracks.
I love that so much. So, Lacan, you knock on the door, screaming like you're dying.
Rick, open the fucking door!
He opens the door, like,
I rush in and shove him. to the
throws
side.
it open instead of the tiny crack. You rush in and go inside. He sees you guys, and
I shove him outside, actually, too.
oh. In that case,
I think we're bad people.
I didn't say you had to be good people. Okay, 6. Hook, line, sinker. Pardon the fish pun. He completely believes it. He actually pisses his pants. He is so scared. He's screaming. He's clawing at the door, begging Lacan to let him back in. He's a fucking mess. And then he just kind of like falls to the floor in front of the door, like a crying little mess on the ground. And he's like curled up in the fetal position, ready to accept death.
I took the opportunity while that was happening to shift back into the sealskin
Yes.
kind of appearance.
I know.
Just that he doesn't see the other face.
As y'all are doing this, I will run in. Humboldt runs up, grabs him with a dimension door, and teleports him back inside. And say, "See, we saved you. Now you have to pay us extra."
Deception check.
What an incredible move.
I want to
We're
make
gonna
it
just
clear that
torture him
I'm
and now we're distorted.
so obsessed with what you guys are doing.
19.
19!
Yeah.
Let's see, he's so scared he gets disadvantage. Ooh.
Did you add
Nat
4
2
for
and
my
Nat
thing?
1.
No, I didn't.
So it
Nat 2 and
actually is
Nat
a
1, it's
23.
Yeah, he's shaking like a leaf. He's like, you, really saved me. That's crazy. I mean, I was so mean to you people, and you saved me. Like, he's having a
Lacan, like,
crisis of
stifles a
conscience.
laugh.
no.
This is the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future have visited this man in the span of 5 seconds,
Hell
and
yeah.
he
Hell
wasn't
yeah.
ready for it. I have to offer my deepest apologies. Is it dead? Did you kill it? Is it still out there? And he's
I'm
like
making
going
noises.
towards one of the boarded windows.
I'm making noises outside like I'm fighting it.
Oh my
Lacan
God.
goes outside with his sword ready, and he says, we'll take care of it.
By the gods, they're gonna die out there.
It's okay. It's okay. They will handle this.
Oh,
And
they
he
really are.
throws out a like tentacle, like a chill touch spell towards the creature's corpse. Just
The bravest heroes I've ever seen.
Then I'll do a minor illusion to be like extra blood exploding out of the creature's corpse. And
Lacan does
Good
blood magic to
lord.
make it bleed more.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's, yeah, oh my god. Okay. He's crying. He already pissed. He's like a
He
fucking
shits.
mess.
Ew.
He's like hiding behind his couch in the living room, like peeking up a little to see what's happening outside the window and then ducking back down. You guys,
There's a
you have
little
your
bit of
fun.
floating up. from
Is
his
there
hiding
a-
spot.
Is the window, like, can I see where he's hiding from outside or not really?
With the light and stuff, it's a little difficult to see, but you can safely assume that he's watching you.
The windows are boarded up, aren't they? Or
Yeah,
did he
they're
have
boarded up. He's looking through like the cracks in the window and bopping back down. So he's not very easy to see.
I'm casting like dancing lights to make it look like I'm doing some like cool magic shit to him,
Hell
but
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's eating this shit up. You guys have so much fun fucking with him for a while, and then you decide to re-kill the beast. You have an epic moment, and he feels like he thinks that he just saw you actually slaughter this beast. Is it over? Is the nightmare over? Am I gonna keep my job?
Dead.
Well, I don't know about the last part, but definitely the first part.
But the nightmare. I owe you kids an apology. I was scared for my life, and it made me a dick. And I don't know how to sincerely apologize. So instead of that, I'm gonna give you money about it. And he pulls out that same piddly little money sack that he had at the beginning of the adventure.
No, you're gonna keep your money, and you're gonna remember this, like, really
What?
well, from here on out. You're gonna think about it. You're gonna think about how humiliated you were, and how you should treat people in the future. Over the telepathic bond. Tusaami, I have money, I'll cover you, it's fine.
He's like shrinking back. You guys are dressing him down.
And Rick,
uh,
really quickly, when
Yes,
you remember
ma'am.
this moment, remember that what you saw was the last thing all of your workers saw when you sent them out into the field knowing this thing was out there. Okay?
and he vomits right there in front of you.
Sick.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's in the water, so it's like floating. Ugh.
It's bad.
Yucky.
You scared a tiny little bit of conscience into this man, and I'm proud of you guys for that. He's
We did
a
good.
simpering tiny shadow of what a person could be, and he kind of like wibbles back to his house. From there, you guys don't know what's coming next. I mean, you can certainly go back and check on Julia if you want, like tell her the story of how it's happened. Maybe you guys have a bit of a rager with Mairead's troop.
But
There's a show going on at the local theater if you want to attend. I have a few comps. It's a bit raucous. I should warn you of that.
Sounds fun to me.
I will join you there in a bit. I need have things needing attending to. Briefly.
We enjoy shows. I mean, I enjoy shows.
Dude, I really want to see this show. I don't know what Rux means. I don't know what that means, but I want to see this show.
I'm gonna lean in really, really close to his armor. There's a lot
She's
of girls.
looking at me.
There's not a lot of clothes.
Clothes? Oh shit.
Not.
Oh.
Oh, everything's open.
Oh, we're gonna get it naked.
Holy
It's gonna be naked.
The algae seems excited at the concept of this show.
Horny algae.
Yeah. You guys have a lovely party. Are there any other little vignettes or scenes we want to play out before we denouement?
Yeah. As we're walking to, I guess, the tavern or the show, wherever we're going, I'm gonna pull Mairead a little bit by the arm, just like not super far back, like not a full conversation, but just go, Mairead. By the way, if you wanted to charm me, you don't have to use a spell. And then smile and walk away.
Are you coming to that show tonight?
Absolutely.
Stick around to the end.
I think I will.
Fascinating. Humboldt, was there something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, Humboldt nods to all of you as he heads off briefly. Just gets the address for where the show's going on. Heads off, cuts through a couple alleyways, makes sure no one's following him before he tucks down another one into a small house. Well, I'm home. Knocks on the door as he comes in. And you all see, the camera sees an eel and a blobfish tucked away in a bed. Both sit up, seemingly groggily. And he comes back, gives them both each a couple bits of food. Bandages up some old wounds that seem to be still dealing with. Before I think I'm going out again with some people I had fun with. I don't know yet if I could call them friends, but here's hoping.
The blobfish sitting there, gratefully eating the food that you've brought. Thank you, Humboldt. Allies. More allies is good. Safety is good.
Good to build up numbers again, yes.
Be nice.
Do you need anything else while I'm out? Either of you?
You just have fun. Thank you.
I'll do my best. And takes a tentacle towards each of them to caress their face, and then heads back out to meet you all at the show.
Anything else we want to see before we end session 2 of Deeplight?
My goodness, these women, they're so poor, they can't afford clothes.
No, little German boy.
I think it
don't come
becomes
in
very
here.
obvious if it wasn't obvious to the group already, that they attend the show, and the company that Mairead travels with, definitely a touring cabaret. It's a burlesque. And you may or may not have been prepared for the fact that she performs the finale.
Yo.
Give me a performance check. How great is this show?
Single most important role.
You get an advantage. I'm giving you advantage because it's
but
fun.
a nat one would be so funny.
It would be so funny,
Gotta
but
get 2 nat ones.
I want Mairead to feel cool. Is it 72? Is your score 72?
My score is not a 72.
However.
This is a performance,
Yeah.
so that's plus 11.
Awesome.
For a total of 31 because I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Absolutely, hell yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Even those of you who are not particularly interested in the subtext or text of the show have to admit that the
Text of the
entire
show.
thing, yeah, that one, the entire thing is incredibly impressive from like an athletic and artistic standpoint. The things that these performers do are incredible from like an aesthetic point of view, not even just a sexual point of view. And Mairead, of course, fucking kills the finale and looks great while doing it. So we all win. We won Dungeons and
Hell
Dragons.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, Lacan says, I thought I was going to be really grossed out by the titties and whatnot, but that was really impressive.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
problem.
most importantly, you can see now why she has that like kind of light blue, very like poised and proper a facade and how it may be used.
Play.
Now, I have a few things to attend to. I'm at the tavern we were at before. That's where my group is staying. There are rooms available if you wanted to also stay there, or if you have homes to go to. I don't know what your MO is. Tusaami,
Yes.
are you heading back home right away?
I can think of a few reasons not to.
Okay, well, if you need a place to stay, I do have an extra bed in my room.
Oh, you're so kind. I think I'll take you up on that.
Lovely.
Great. And with that, I think that is our denouement on a lovely fade to nothing. And thank you guys so much for being kick-ass players. This has been a great time. Thank you for sticking with it. It's been 3.5 hours of a session. Thank you for killing my monster. And thanks for having a good time with me. We will see you guys next week for the start of Long Gone Days, our new long video game.
Woohoo.
And we will perhaps see you in another session of Deeplight. Thanks, Twitch!
Everybody.
Thanks.